Starting.
Hello,
Okay.
everybody. My name is Markiplier, and welcome to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh god.
You know what's actually funny? The music actually like faded right into the intro, and that was not intended at all. How is
Gorgeous.
okay? Yeah. Look. Okay. First, to address the elephant in the room. He's over there. But also to address the other elephant
Wow,
in the room.
thanks.
But also to
Thanks,
address.
CB.
Thanks to. But also to address the other elephant in the room, Lokamesh is not here because he has to do a Mother's Day thingy. So
It's gonna end it at Mother. That would have been funny, honestly.
he has to do a mother. No. But yeah,
If one does.
he's gone and doing stuff. So yeah. But so besides that, how are you? So I'm actually the one hosting it. So if this cuts out randomly, that's my fault and not Loka's fault this time because Loka isn't here. But anyway, there seems to be a guy with two fingers at the bottom of the screen. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Ooh, I have two fingers. I thought I had
Yes.
more than that. Yeah, hi, I'm sorry, cat scratching me. I'm Poster, as some people know me. Well, most people know me, I'm sure. I haven't, been as active in the community lately, but there were several years I was. It's like, I'm sure many of you know that I've made a few small hacks. The biggest one I made was like semi-major. As an Indoor 64. I've also played a part in a couple collabs. Led them. The CB, the one that he's mentioning, Phenomena, is a collab that I wanted to finish a long time ago. Like, as in, like, several. Ow! Sorry, my cat's being a cat.
Cats are great.
She, like, yeeted herself off the chair and landed on my cord. That's, like, on my earbud cord that's connected to my face, like, my head and my desktop. So it's just, like, yanking my head down. But anyways. So CB, referring to Phenomena, so it's a project where several creators submitted levels, and I've been trying to put together the levels. I've worked on it off and on. It has kind of slowed to a crawl, for lack of a better term, because I have mental health problems, and that takes a toll on my projects. But I'm not gonna stop until it's done. I'm just hoping it'll be sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I get it.
The most recent thing that I did was, as far as that project goes, was so it was course 3. So one of which is Scarlett's course, and
I'll just interject. I definitely. Quill's just said your health comes first in chat, and I definitely agree with him in like every
Okay.
regard. And I think most people do.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that's been a thing. The most recent thing that I've done, as far as it goes, is that my God, Lily, my cat is she's clenched her teeth on my of my earbud cord. I'm just throwing her under the bed again. So sorry, totally lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah. So the third course is Scarlet's course, and Scarlet had submitted 2 areas, but the second area submitted the DAE file, but without any textures. And but like, it's not that it wasn't textured; it's that
I get it.
So like, if I opened it in Blender, you can see that it was originally textured, but for some reason the textures didn't come through. And
that's just because DAE files, they don't actually store the textures. They actually only just store the links to the textures. And of course, you don't have the textures in the same spot as Scarlet does.
Right. I didn't have them at all. And like, when I contacted Scarlet later, they were like, "Oh, I don't have the files anymore." And I was like, "Well, fuck." So basically, the last thing I had to do was be like, "What was it supposed to be?" And they were like, "Oh, it's an ice cavern." So I was looking through my ice textures, looking at all the materials, and trying to like.
I think
put it together, like, what is this? Oh, that's this. Huh?
Yeah, I think I watched you make that.
Yeah, you watched that. So that's the last thing that I did, and that part I'm pretty much done with. And I'm not done with the course, but I'm done with the texturing part, and I think I've got the area imported.
Can I mention something that I just realized?
Go ahead.
You know how in like most news shows or podcasts or whatever, every guest is on there to promote their book.
Oh yeah, so I'm writing a book called Phenomena and You, and it's about your spiritual relationship with my ROM hack.
I just realized in this podcast, everyone's going to be promoting their hack. Nah, it's fine. I'm joking around. Obviously, it's fine.
That's fair. Hey, in my defense, I was asked about it. So.
Oh no, I definitely.
You know, and I know people, especially the contributors, are being very patient with me, Cat, and they're eager for me to get that done. I apologize. I am going to get it done
one day.
It's just been slower than I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is funny. So like, when the thing started, Asta was still very much in the community and stuff, and so like, when I planned all the courses and like their like placements, I was like, oh, I'll put Ostis first because everyone likes him. And like, so I had that all set up and had the overworld built around it, and then everything happened. I'm like, well, his is still first, and now it's just funny.
Oh yeah. I'll be honest, I don't know, but I also kind of don't want to know. I don't know what happened, but I also know it probably wasn't good.
Yeah, it's just classic drama shit.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's the case.
Especially, I don't want to talk about it on Hackcast, so.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, sorry, I wasn't trying to get into that. I was just saying, I find it a little bit comical that that's going to be still the first course. It's a fine course. I just hope nobody ends up being salty about it.
Yeah. What's it called anyway?
Wait, you mean like, are you removing the course or not?
No,
I didn't
should
follow.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, because personally, I wanted you to keep it because
I have no intention of removing it. I feel like it's a work of art. You know, it's like that's what they all are, and I don't see any reason why.
Yeah.
So normally I
include it, and so that one, and also course 2. Sorry, I'll change the topic. Those are both complete with star names and everything, and so is course 4. They're all in their spots. They're all complete, with maybe the exception of like sign text and stuff.
Sign text is something that no one ever works on.
Yeah,
so it's fine.
And then Wake course is also complete and
that's cool.
In its place as well. And then and then I'm working on 3.
That sounds.
But for the most part, all the courses are rough draft done.
Yeah, that sounds.
It just takes a lot of polishing, and there's like 1 or 2 courses that will need to be very heavily altered.
That sounds cool.
And that's about where the project stands.
Yeah. I was saying something a second ago and I completely forgot. Oh yeah, what's it called? Yeah. Normally I ask a witty question after asking like what it like normally asking me like what is your favorite brand of television or something. After asking like what is
Daewoo. No, I'm kidding.
no after asking you like who are you and like normally it's like who are you and what is your favorite television, but like everything just got off track so quickly that I couldn't even mention anything.
Well, personally, I love Panasonic televisions.
I love the Samsung CRT I have right next to me.
I like the one I have, but I don't know what brand it is.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But
It is
anyway,
one of those Android TVs.
Android TV. I have an Android TV, and the only I've heard that Android TVs get clunky over time. It's like they update the operating system and everything gets clunky. But the funny thing is, I think the company that I got my TV from went out of business, so it actually runs perfectly fine because it hasn't updated.
That's hilarious. Yeah, like I think Microsoft does that. Like, if you have a Windows for long enough and you keep updating it, they'll like.
Yeah.
I think it's like built-in antiquation. Like they do it on purpose so that you buy new shit.
I thought that was Apple.
It's probably a lot of tech companies.
Yeah, they probably all do it.
I mean, that's why they're there, to make you buy their shit, and when I have control over it and can legally break it, then who wouldn't? I would. Fuck,
Yeah.
I like money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I definitely agree that this is an interesting topic to go on, but I don't think this has anything to do with hacks.
It doesn't. No, I'm just rambling on whatever comes to mind.
Yeah.
Well, we could start selling hacks.
Selling hacks.
I mean, James already does, so.
I mean, yeah.
I don't think. Oh, no, Case sells like this. I think Case sold like Waluigi's Taco Stand or whatever on console.
No, I didn't mean he sells them like that. Like he sells them under the table. Like he does. Like he'll take commissions for hacks. He's effectively selling them.
I get
Yeah,
what you're
Just
saying.
like he doesn't call it selling them, but that's what he's doing.
Oh, like selling the service of creating a hack. That's a different thing.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's how he can sell them legally. Is be like, oh wow, it would be cool if this hack existed, wouldn't it? And someone's like,
that's more
okay,
like a
and
commission.
he's like, deal.
I'd consider that more of a commission than a sell or something.
Well, yeah, but at the end of the day, he's making money making hacks.
I mean, he's also making money making hacks because he has like a large following and all of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Very true. But yeah, relating to, sorry, excuse me, my my hacking stuffs. So after this project, I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do in the future, but I'm leaning pretty hard towards going into game development, like of my own games.
Yeah. That sounds cool.
I don't think I'll ever, just cat. I don't think I'll ever just.
I don't think I'll ever just cat.
No, I don't think I'll ever cut Mario's 64 hacking out. Just like I'm never doing that again. But I feel like it's gonna probably fade over time as I get into other projects.
Probably most people will be like that eventually.
The only thing that I'm actually still committed to right now for the foreseeable future is I do make music ports for Keys.
Yeah.
But he paid me to do that, so probably won't stop. What?
You do like money, after all.
I do like money. It is convenient. It helps me do things that I like doing, like live and eat and stuff.
And rent.
Well, I don't pay rent, but yeah. If I did pay rent. It does tell me pay electric and stuff. I think it does.
Okay. Well, anyway. I know I like getting off topic. Oh, by the way, did you guys notice that we actually started on time this time? I know. It's a surprise.
Starting.
Normally, it takes us 10 minutes after the normal time to actually start on time. You know what? I swear it's always Loca's fault now. Because the one time we don't have Loca, it actually started on time.
That's funny.
Okay, sometimes it was my fault because
that is
Mario Party.
Oh yeah, that as well. And I think there was that one time that it was Pyro's fault, but let's ignore that. Yeah.
But yeah, it hasn't always been Locust Fall.
Yeah. Oh yeah, what's it called? Some of you may be expecting me to talk about what's it called? Sextant hack or whatever it's called, Sextant's romance. I don't remember the name of the hack.
Oh my.
It says native reminiscence or something.
Sensitive reminiscence.
It's
that
the
it?
new Japanese
Yeah,
hack.
the two Japanese hack. Well, we're not talking about it this week by week because it just came out and it's a new Kaizo hack, and I don't think
And
anyone's.
also, it fucking
Yeah.
sucks. Anyways,
Oh, I didn't know it. I didn't know that part.
Ooh, second.
maybe I don't know.
Must
Maybe
have
it
been
doesn't
wrong.
suck. I'm just
Seductive
honestly,
reminiscence.
like, personally, I am just kind of really tired of the Japanese community making super kaizos and not actually something, something casual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think that I know there wasn't there. What was the name of the hack? I have the Parallel Stars, but I don't think the hack was ever released.
That is still in development, but it's
Yeah,
kind of like a Sword Fear situation where almost the whole game is done, but
yeah.
like the last few levels just do not
Or
want to be finished.
SR 4.9.
Okay, well, you can't say that because Brodude
Yeah.
streamed that just today.
Oh, he did. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, we were talking about something. Oh yeah.
Words.
Yeah, we would talk about that this time, but or I would assume that we would talk about this time, but I'll have to see how bad it is. I don't know how bad it is. All I know is that it's definitely not been long enough since the hack released for any guest that we invite to have a good opinion on it. So, like, even if
That
Just
makes
invite
sense.
Pluto next time.
Yeah.
Pluto's probably gonna be done with the game, honestly.
yeah,
To you too.
yeah. I don't know. I was talking to Pluto. She said that like one of the stars in it would probably be the second hardest star that she's gotten. The hardest star in that hack.
Yeah, which means like right below Everlasting Encore Reds, that's pretty fucking hard.
Yeah. Yeah, my internet is crapping right now, apparently, according to OBS. But I hope it's fine.
OBS is bad sometimes.
Yeah. And by
All the time.
OBS, we mean by OBS we mean internet and OBS.
Yeah, I
OBS
usually
does eat up a lot of CPU too.
But yeah,
I usually don't have problems with OBS unless my internet's being dumb.
yeah. But anyway, enough about whatever the hack name is. Like I don't know how you name a hack sensitive. Like who comes up with that name?
Hacky macaque.
Oh, it's so easy to just like say sex native instead, which is what most people do.
What?
Sex native?
Yeah, instead of cis native.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
There's so many like it just reminds me of like the trope of like naming Kaizo hack names like freaking like dreamy circle or something. You know, just like two words that don't.
Someone
really...
needs to make that now.
Dreamy.
Dreamy circle.
Somebody. I'll invite you as a guest to Hackcast if you make that. And it's a good level. Yeah, what's it called? Like people like name like their hacks like hack levels like two like vague words that like an adjective and a noun that don't describe the level at all. You know, like fucking
Yeah.
like
Like
reclusive
stream.
banter or something. Like it's like ridiculous how many Kaizo hack level names or just
Or even star names.
yeah, or even like hack names itself. Like what was the name of the hack? There's a hack. I just forgot the name for some reason, but there's a hack name that I can think of.
Fragments.
Senseless delirium. Like
Oh,
yeah, it's like two weird words combined for some reason.
well, since Fred Knight is a fellow French person, I will have to defend him.
Uh-oh.
Just because of his nationality.
Yeah.
Only reason.
You know, there's names that I find interesting just because, like, okay, for example, in Treasure World Course 2, star 6, the red coins, is called Illusionary Dominance.
Hey.
And I was always like, huh, that's just random.
Yeah.
But then I was playing Toho 10, and I was fighting the boss of Stage 4, and she uses her survival spell card, and the name of it pops up. It says Illusionary Dominance, and I went, oh!
Awesome.
Oh, unnecessary Toho reference.
There was a Toho reference.
I'll explain another thing in Treasure World in a second, but Captain Bowser, just so you know, that hack name is incredibly descriptive. See, it's a hackerino made by Olmec. So, I mean, I
It's
think
not big
that's
at
like
all.
the perfect hack name at all, completely.
It tells you what you need to know about the hack. It's made by Olmec.
But yeah, what's it called? So yeah,
Go beyond the sandwich. That's a good one, yeah.
yeah, so what's it called? I just thought, yeah, like, if you in Treasure World Course 8, you know, there's a lot. I think there's a lot of star names in that hack or in that level that are actually based off.
Based on what?
What's it called? There's a lot of level names in Treasure World or in Course 8 that because. What's it called? But music is from Flock. I think a lot of the level's actual references are also from Flock. I swear. Like, I think that's like a level. There's a star name that's like collect the 8 flags or whatever, and that's a thing that you actually do in Flock. What?
Well, that makes
Collecting
sense.
the legacy flags.
Yeah, legacy flags, and there's also a stage in Flock called Legacy Island. So I feel like it has stuff to do with that.
Oh, that makes total sense because Treasure World. Wow, words suck. That level.
Yeah, Toasted Coast.
Yeah, Toasted Coast is an island, or it's built kind of like one.
Yeah. What's also funny is
Waiting for your Reds grind, the look.
What?
So waiting for your Reds grind.
It's TD Reds. Oh no, Toasted Coast Reds. And
Oh,
I'm not that cruel, okay?
Have you not done Toasted Coast Reds?
No, if I were to do it, I'd probably do Course 15 Reds first because I actually got 12 out of 12, but I never actually got the star. I got 12 out of 12 like over a year ago, but
I worked very, very hard for that star.
Yeah.
TC Reds, and I did get it, and I'm very proud of myself.
You also worked hard for Course 15 Reds, if I remember.
I did, but it was much less stressful.
Yeah.
You know, actually, Toasted Coast Reds was my second longest grind in the game, which of course, well, with Star took longer, but
was it that one star in was it the star in the tunnel in Course 1?
Probably
no, actually it was Illusionary Dominance.
Yeah. But yeah, now to the actual news portion of the Hackcast, because we actually have a news portion this time. There was news that happened.
Oh shit!
This is barely hack. This is hack related somewhat because the guy has played Luxo Art Percent.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me do this one.
Yeah, King Toad, you introduced the news of the world.
Words.
Congratulations to Mushy64 for getting a new BB in Super Mario The Lost Dreams 50 star.
I don't think Mushy never did a Luxo Art Percent run.
He did. He definitely did.
Hold on. Go into speedrun.com/ZAR.
He might not have submitted it, but I swear he must have done a run.
No, I don't see Mushy up here. I know the names of everybody who has done this Luxo Art Percent run.
Well, alright.
And King
Either way,
King Toad, you're not on that list. Just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, what were you saying, King Toad?
But yeah, anyways, big congratulations to Bubzia for being the first person to complete a blindfolded 120-star speedrun of the original Super Mario 64, which is absolutely insane.
That's pretty crazy.
Not the new Super Mario 64, just the original one.
Yeah, the original.
Not Super Mario 64 DS. No, I'm joking.
Nah.
Yeah,
gosh,
that is crazy though. I've tried even thinking about blindfolded. No, I can't think about blind.
Imagine the practice and commitment that took.
A lot. I know it's a lot.
For sure.
I just don't have the patience for that kind of stuff.
Bubzia started practicing for 120 star in March of 2021
Hmm.
and had done
Wow.
2 attempts at 120 star before, and
How
they
many
both failed.
how
But
many stars did he?
there's a lot of hard stars. There's a lot that can go
Yeah, I mean,
wrong.
like, imagine
Yeah.
like doing Rainbow Ride without seeing anything. Like,
Yeah, wow.
like there's like no audio or visual cues. There's no visual cues, obviously. There's no like. There's like imagine like if you're on like a carpet, like you just kind of have to like know how long the carpet is.
Right.
I feel like with blindfolded speedruns, not only do you have to
Yeah,
like have extensive knowledge of Mario 64, you also need to know like how the levels work, pretty
yeah,
much how every like ledger or slope,
yeah,
like
Yeah, you have to
how
know
they
in and
behave
out
and stuff.
everything.
Yeah.
yeah. Like you don't have to just know everything in the level. You have to also know everything that could go wrong in the level.
Right.
You also have to know where am I if you get lost.
Right.
Like if you lose your track, you have to know. Wait, if I go left, like you have to like use like ledge grabs and stuff to figure out like, oh, that's where I am, and that must be
Mhm.
difficult.
Well, yeah, you'd have some help from in certain places, like with like certain enemies will make certain sounds
Yeah,
and might help you know where you're at.
That definitely helps. Also, Mario's steps, like Mario's stepping sound, is different depending on which texture
Right.
it's on.
Right.
but yeah.
That can also help.
For a second, I thought you were about to say Mario's stepmom, and I was like, "Where's he going with this?"
So
New
yeah,
mom,
Hackcast
let's
has
go.
turned. Hackcast has actually turned into a what's it called? Fan fiction podcast. We are now going to talk about the dirtiest fan fictions for the next
Oh, God.
25 minutes. No.
Clickbait titles.
Yeah. Fun fact: one of the fan fictions involves a toaster, and that's the reason why it says with toaster in it. So it's not clickbait at
Oh
all.
my!
No.
Toaster blushes.
Anyway, so yeah, that is crazy. I haven't actually watched any of Bubsia's streams though. Fun fact:
You have lots of what?
I haven't watched any Bubsia streams.
Ah.
To be fair, I don't really watch many people on Twitch.
I mean, if you're looking for a conversation, I feel like Bubzia isn't necessarily the best choice
I
because
could,
most of the time
yeah,
he's not going to see chat.
yeah, I can kind of see
No.
that. Yeah, yeah, like, yeah.
Like usually when you watch Bubzia, you watch primarily for the gameplay.
I would assume so. I don't. And you could also watch to see his face.
Well, it's really hard to watch any large streamers if you're actually wanting chat interaction.
Yeah, I used to watch a few larger streamers, and then I just can't watch them anymore ever.
I feel like if I were to get more than like 1,000 viewers, I would probably turn sub only chat on. You know,
I mean, I could
just
totally
because
see that.
just because you have to filter it somehow if you want any hope of interaction.
Yeah, the only problem with the only problem with that is that I don't want to like force people to pay money to talk to me. That sounds immoral to me, personally.
That's fair.
Yeah.
$10 an hour, give or take.
$10 an hour.
Oh, jeez. You must pay for my presence.
You know, there's some people that would actually pay that for talking to like their favorite YouTuber or something.
Yeah, like Asmongold could totally pull it off.
I could
People
see
like
it.
that.
Yeah, like $100 an hour. Some people are that fanatic.
Yo,
I mean, you could charge lawyer prices.
really good.
Yeah.
You know that reminds me of something I saw one of those people say. Someone was like, "You gotta try this game. You gotta try this game." And the big streamer is like, "I'm gonna be honest. I know it's real popular, but if we're just straight talk, he's like, I'm waiting for them to cut me a check before I try the game." It's like, yeah, they can do that. They can just charge for anything and everything.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
Yep, way of the world.
Oh, King Toad.
What?
Bingo.
Yeah,
Is
bingo.
yeah the bingo is a thing that exists that we did the other day.
Yeah. Did
Yeah,
you
we
record
we're
any of
both
that, or is that
we're both retired Last 54 speedrunners. Actually, we are 80 years old and we're playing bingo full time now.
Oh my.
No,
that fucker fucking got so lucky on the second row. Like goddamn, dude. Like he got 70, then 89 in the same round. Like come on, man.
huh?
That's
Which one? Huh? Oh,
second. You remember?
oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, who was who had 70 and 89?
You did. You
Oh.
did. They were on the same row, and they both popped up at like you know. Yeah.
No, we're not talking about actual bingo. We're talking about SM64 ROMhack bingo. Yeah. So the other day I was like, wait a second. Oh yeah, I made a ROMhack bingo like 2 years ago. And then naturally, when I find something like that, I'm like, King Toad, do you want to play it? And I was like, sure.
We're actually supposed to do it the week before, but I
Yeah.
had a few problems concerning. Well, first of all, it was concerning schedule,
And concerning
and
Mario
then the
Party.
other time I wasn't feeling well,
Yeah.
so we reported it to
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Yeah. What's it called? Yeah. So basically, I made a 7.5 bingo like 2 years ago, and I played King Tut against it. I knew I had an advantage, so originally it was going to be me. Originally, it was supposed to be I was supposed to get five. I was supposed to get 3 bingos, or 3 lines or whatever, and King Toad only needs to get 2. The problem is, I filled out the whole board before he got 2 lines.
You
Sadness.
filled that whole board before I even got one.
Oh yeah. Uh, so we ended up scratching or we didn't scratch. We ended up like, okay, yeah, we're never doing this again, or at least I'm never doing this with a non-speedrunner again. Or
Yeah, so
non-speedrunner
like
something
you can
5.
still do it with Ward or CB, for example,
Yeah. Also,
or
CB,
Aggie.
if you're still in chat, I'm willing to play bingo with you. But anyway, what's it called? Yeah. And we ended up adapting because SR7 and SR7.5 are very similar. We ended up just changing the SR7.5 bingo into a SR7 bingo. And it was fun. And King Toad beat
It
me.
worked out because it was pretty close.
Yeah,
Like
King Toad. What's it called? So yeah, we did a single bingo because we both didn't feel like doing too much. So we did a single bingo. And we were both stuck on like the last square. So King Toad had to get 8 lives, and I had to get 8 secret stars, or like Bowser Stage stars or Toad stars or whatever. Basically, stars that aren't in main stage.
The problem is you cannot get that many secret stars
Yeah,
if you don't have like internet star count.
yeah.
Chris
So
Brian Logan.
I was 3 stars away from getting the last MIPS I needed, but King Toad just was like, you know what? I'm gonna get my 8th life now. Where did you even find those 8 lives? I wouldn't know where to look for lives in that game.
I don't exactly remember all of them. I know for sure I found 2 in Overworld 1.
I would expect
I
that.
found I found 1 in course um course 10. Found 1 in course 6.
Yeah.
And
Honestly, if I
I found
were,
1 in course 8 also. Or no, course 7. No, wait, no, course 8. Yeah. It's Enchanted Death Valley.
yeah, change it Death Valley. Oh, not Valley of Too Much Water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That place didn't have water yet, sadly.
but yeah, what's it called? Yeah, we did the bingo, and King Toad barely beat me.
Yeah.
And something. I'm bitter. No, I'm joking. uh, I don't know what else we could. Oh yeah, I really think there should be more ROMAC bingos, but I guess part of the reason is nobody knows how to make a bingo, or at least a bingo that like automatically generates a card. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because most people only most people I think the only bingos that have ever been done before was like the 5.5 bingo, but that was just 25 squares that were manually put there.
And it's like, it's
Yeah.
once you do it, there's not really a reason to redo it.
Yeah. But that's part of the reason, and also because like there's not really. I get to see like somebody making like a really like big Star Road bingo, but besides or like Star Road or Sapphire bingo, but besides that, like Sapphire's probably too short. Actually, for a bingo.
You might. What? You might could do a bingo, but you might have to for Sapphire. But you might want to do it more like over the course of a certain number of attempts instead of just one.
Or you could also just like reduce the bingo to 4x4 or 3x3 even.
Yeah,
maybe
but
3x3 is too little. Maybe 3x3 is too little, but yeah.
That's not really a thing you can do with bingo sync though. So, unfortunately, I wish it was.
I guess at this point, I guess you could just create your own card, but there's the problem of once you do it, there's not really a reason to do it again.
Yeah. What was it? Yeah, SR7 or what's it called? Yeah, like that's like another problem. Like the thing is, with every hack, you're probably like at most 90% of the hacks, there's like at most like 10 people who actually care about the hack, like care enough to do a bingo of it.
Right.
And so it's kind of hard to even like think of hacks that would. And also, not every hack is like a good bingo because there's some hacks that like half the stage you can't unlock until you get 90 stars. So
right,
and there's no way to
skip the point. SR 7.5 has course 15 locked behind 100 behind 100 star door.
Yeah.
While there's only 131 stars in the game.
Yeah.
At least in the update.
Yeah, making an SR 7.5 bingo have course 15 would be dumb, And it's like in essence, vanilla SM64 bingos completely work entirely because like you could just go to ending states at any time if you know what you're doing, which most people do.
Yeah.
But with most hacks, that isn't the case. Although I'd say Star Road that is the case, but also the skip to go over to Overworld 3. I don't know if everybody would want to do that in a bingo with the BLJ.
I mean the chair BLJ?
Yeah, the chair BLJ.
Yeah.
Not that it's bad, but like you'd have to like do it over and over again if you have to go back to Overworld 3. I guess that's all you can really talk about with bingos. There's not really anything else I can think of. Yeah, bingo. I don't know. I'm kind of tired.
What happens?
What do we talk about? We still have quite a few minutes. We can't just end it here. 30-minute Hackcast. Besides.
I have a.
Oh, Toast. Oh, yeah. What were you gonna say? I was gonna ask.
Oh no, just you say go ahead with your thing.
No, you go with your thing.
Oh, I was just gonna say. I thought I might could just bring up music ports just because.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Oh. That's what my strongest skill set is with hacking in general, like by far, is porting music.
Yeah, I'm just curious, like do you like just? I have a question for you because this is how I decide things. Do you do you try to think of level ideas that fit the music, or do you try to think of music that fits the level idea, or is it like a mix?
Usually, it's I even though I am very music focused, I usually try to think of the level first, and then the I'll try to make the music fit it. So
Yeah.
a big reason for that is because when either composing or trying to find one that already exists that fits, I have a much like it exponentially increases my ability to make a piece or find a piece that has an exact feel to it if I know visually the feel of the setting.
I get it.
So like if you told me write a piece that sounds kind of like this, I'd be like, I don't know how to fucking do that. But if someone's like write a piece for a dark, gloomy yet mysterious cave, that I could do.
Yeah, my thing is, like, a lot of times I listen to a song and I'm like, I want to put this in a hack, and I'm like, and then the song makes me come up with a level idea that would make the song fit, if that makes any sense. Like,
okay, that's cool.
That's how. It's not for every level I do, and it's not like there's certain cases where that's just a case where like I listen to a song and I'm like, oh wow, like I could use this in a hack, and then I think for a second like, oh, that would be a perfect level for this song.
Yeah, that's I feel like I could do that. It's not my preference.
Yeah, I get it. That's just
because it's just how my talent set works.
Yeah, that's just how like my brain thinks. That's how much like if I've ever like stuck and I can't think of any ideas for a level, I usually like listen to music.
that makes sense. A lot of times I'm on a similar level or a similar note when I'm trying to make a level. Sometimes like if I already have an idea ish of what I want the level to be like, then I'll try to find music that supports how I feel about the level, and then it helps me be more creative.
It's like a feedback loop then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, music ports is just like it's largely one of my favorite parts about Mario 64 hacking. I
can agree.
I love just hearing the songs that I make in game, and sometimes I'll hear like someone will have like a lot. This happened so many times. I mentioned it earlier, but like there'll be like a shitty port of a song, and then I hear it, and then I listen to the original. I'm like, wow, this song is so good, and they just didn't do it justice. And so like I'll go ahead and rewrite it. Sometimes I've even rewritten the MIDI from scratch, like with I think the first one that I ever did that with was if you guys are, I'm sure you are, you're familiar with Starvenge 2 Act 1 to the Moon.
Yeah.
This Frozen Capital of Eternity port that plays in the like little area between, you know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't think I've played. I don't think I've played much of that hack. So
you haven't? Oh, okay. Well, I heard that, and that was actually my first time hearing the song, and I was like, "Wow, this is just absolutely incredible." And then I listened to the first song, the original song itself, and I was like, "The fuck, this port is just ass."
Yeah.
And so I just wrote out the MIDI by ear, listened to the original, and then made the port.
I've always wanted to make a song by ear, but it's to write down a MIDI by ear, but I just can't see myself like. It seems like one of those things where I want to do it, but like I can't think about how to do it. For me, at least.
Well, it just takes a lot of time, like hours and hours and hours of patience, writing down every note individually.
I can understand how that would be the case. Yeah, for me, like a lot of times I don't even feel like working on a hack, except for making a song. Like what's it called? So a lot of times, sometimes I have like this songs ready before I even like start working on the hack. That's an extreme example, but like many times I work on like one or two ports, then like start working on the hack, and then finish up the rest of the ports or something like that. If that makes like I always try to like make. I always try to make sure that I know what song plays where, but also that like I pick good songs.
That makes sense.
And for me specifically, I like to when I try to get MIDIs or whatever, I try not to download them off the internet. Not that I don't like downloading them, but I prefer like ripping them from the game's files, even though that makes
interesting.
That makes it a bit more of a pain to actually make it workable. But It makes it
Yeah.
fun.
Hey, if you have fun with it, then that's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just find whatever I can find, whatever works. But it's been depending on how badly I want it. I'll write my own MIDI if I can't find.
Yeah.
Mean ass can't.
Yeah, that's like the. You know what I mean, King Toad. Anyway, yeah. You distracted me, King Toad.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's. Yeah, I was saying, like, I could see myself making my there's some songs that I could see myself making my own MIDI for, but like, there's a lot of other most of the time, most of the songs I try to rip are or try to use are from like older games, and those you can usually rip the soundtracks from them.
Gotcha.
Like especially there's a few specific consoles that are really easy to rip sounds from. DS, it's like painfully easy. If there's a DS game, you can almost always rip all of the MIDIs from it. Like, and they're like perfect. It's crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because the by the DS's time, most games were using streamed music, but the DS couldn't handle streamed music or CD music or whatever, so it had to use. And that's also the problem with like newer songs is that, or newer video game songs is that like they're just streamed, and streamed is something.
Yeah, you mean they just stick the file in there and hit play?
Yeah, and that's a problem because you can't rip a stream song. So you're gonna have to do it by ear, or get somebody else's MIDI who did it by ear.
Right.
There's a SNES. Sometimes you can get a good MIDI, sometimes you can't. It just depends. Yeah, there's DS. GBA, you can always get a good MIDI basically every time, just like DS. So GBA and DS games I like. And it doesn't mean that GBS games are always easy to port. I mean, think about King Toad, you know this song, Wario Land 4, Hurry Up. That was a painful song to port. Just because the instruments in that song aren't instruments. They're like Wario screaming or something.
I didn't actually know.
It's something. That song is something that almost just is exclusive to the GBA. Like that couldn't work on any other console.
Yeah.
Without streaming the music, at least I don't think it would be possible on other consoles.
Yeah. What were you saying?
That being said, please play Wario Land 4. It's a really good game.
Yeah. What were you saying, Toaster?
I was gonna say I didn't know that it was so easy to port DS games, because there's a specific DS game that I've looked for ports from, and because there's a lot of songs from it I would love to make ports of that I just haven't been able to find anything.
Yeah, I can get there. I'll tell you that for DS, VGM Trans is the program to use for ripping MIDIs from DS games, and for GBA, I'll have to find it. But it's a very simple program as well.
For anyone curious about the game I'm referring to, it is Super Princess Peach.
Oh, I know what that game is. Yeah,
it has one of the most. It's one of the most underrated Nintendo games, in my opinion. That's out there.
I'll just post the name. I'll just DM you the name for the GBA program.
That sounds wonderful.
Because it's like GBA _muse _riper.
Gotcha.
Which, yeah.
From what I've heard people say, Super Princess Peach is a mediocre game. But I don't know if that's the case. That's just what I heard people say.
I don't know.
Gotcha.
But personally, I do like that they I do like the concept that Peach is actually the one rescuing Mario.
Yeah.
I do like that concept.
So here's the deal about the game. As far as quality goes, it's very high. It's a great platformer. It's simple, but like the only problem with it, which I think is funny because it's so blatant, is like the oh god, like where do you even start? Just like the way that their attitude towards women of the premise of the game is just so cringy. Like so like Princess Peach has emotions. That's her power. That's her superpower. Literally, her emotions are superpowers. And that's
1 hour
what the
later,
game is
you
based
finally found your
on.
login details.
Hello,
Congratulations,
Cadex.
Nice, okay. So like they're like pull no punches. It's just like Peach woman mean emotion. Like it's like oh god, like they really did that. And then not to mention the sex innuendos in the credits. It's like it's hard to believe that it's a Nintendo game, but it is. But if you can get past the ridiculously sexist premise, it's a great game.
Miyamoto has
You can
never
get
seen
past the
one
sexist
before.
friend. It's a great game.
It is. The music is great. The platforming's great. The design is fun.
Yeah.
If you get past the whole like structure of the game, it's fine.
Exactly.
If you just see it as a video game JPEG,
You just
Actually,
overlook
even-
old
even
Japanese
JPEG.
guys being sexist, then it's fine.
Yeah. What was
just
this?
do a little trolling.
We were talking about. Yeah, what's it called? Yeah, besides that, N64, if it's if it's like Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time or any other like very like Nintendo EAD game, those are very easy to port over to Mario 64. And I'm saying that because they all use SEQ 64. So like Yoshi's Story, all of those games that use SEQ 64, those are very easy to port.
What do you mean they use SEQ?
Or basically, they use the same format as SM64. They use that, like that, like
You
you know how like in SEQ64, how there's like if you go into the ROM description, there's like Yoshi Story and Wave Race 64 and like Ocarina of Time. And
if you're looking at like commands, like the command set to use.
Yeah. Like for any of those games, those are like painfully easy to port because it's literally the same format of like.
Sweet.
Yeah, but any other N64, most other N64 games also use like this. They use a different format for music, but they use like a common format. So it's usually also easy to port other N64 games as long as they don't use like weird instruments.
Like I imagine that rare games might be different.
Yeah, rare games might be different. I know there was one song from Kirby 64 where it had like this really big streamed bit at the start, and that's like really hard to port because it's streamed.
Does it scream?
Streamed. But like the rest of the song is sequenced, but like the beginning is streamed, if that makes any sense.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Never would have
That's a
known.
good song.
Which
Is
song
it
would
the-
that be?
Is it the
02?
That's what I
Oh,
was,
yeah.
that's what I figured.
I was also thinking 02.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the intro with the like
Yeah,
real resonancy sound? Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Kirby 64 has a lot of bangers,
It does.
some solid bangers. I mean, that's just Kirby. Okay, the best thing about Kirby 64 is the fucking candy music. I don't know if you've ever watched one of the compilations of Kirby candy music, so like goes from game to game to game, and like
It's the only different one.
exactly, yeah, and everyone's just like da 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 do do do. Then you get to Kirby 64. It's just like what the fuck.
That's actually accurate.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Yeah.
whoever was on that was making that game, but it must have been good.
Yeah.
Give them a raise.
Exactly.
Give them 2 raises. Give them a
Two
raisin.
raisins.
Sure.
Did we just say the same thing, dude?
Well, I mean, you said raisins, so
Oh.
I said raisins.
Give them raisins.
Both said basically the same thing. Anyway.
I've been speaking of that, I've been playing Yoshi's Story on the Switch expansion pack and being reminded of how some of those tracks are bangers
Yeah,
as
Yoshi's
well.
Story is cool.
Like especially I think my favorite might be the Bowser, the Baby Bowser's Castle music.
Yeah,
That music is
I
really
can definitely
good.
agree.
Probably the best track in the game.
What was it? Yoshi's Story. Oh yeah. You were talking about the Switch expansion pack. I never got that because I just.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I never got that because I just didn't think it was worth it for
Gotcha.
N64.
I do. I mean, it's like $4 a month, $4 and something cents a month. Like I'll pay twice that for a stream subscription, so I feel like it.
Yeah, I get it. It's just for me, I just don't.
It's pretty cheap.
For me, I just,
ROM hacks kind of fucked up my brain when the only thing I think about when people say Yoshi's Story is Triad Bridge in 74 Stream Edition.
It's funny.
I mean, 74 EE is in your name, so of course you're thinking about EE. You're always thinking about EE.
7.5. Can't forget about 7.5. Right, Dianric? You can't forget about 7.5.
No, I can. I can't.
Yeah, there's also Yoshi's Story song in 7.5. That's why.
Oh yeah, there is one somewhere. I definitely agree. I just can't think of where.
It's in Overworld 3.
Oh yeah, like the level.
Yeah, you know, boom, 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 boom.
Oh yeah, the Overworld 3
boom,
music.
boom,
Yeah, I could tell if you played that song, I would be like, sorry, in 7.5. And if you played that song, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's from Yoshi's Story. But I can't like correlate what's the 7-point song that's from Yoshi's Story.
Yeah.
Like my head was thinking Time Rock. No, Time Rock song isn't Yoshi's Story.
Time Rock is a song from TTYD.
Yeah, it does.
Shadow Queen.
Which one does it? Which song does it use?
Shadow Queen.
Ah,
Phase 2, to be exact.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I've been preparing for the next music quiz.
Oh, trust me, I have a perfect idea for the music quiz next time. There will be another music quiz. It might not be 50 questions because that was a lot, but there will be another Kingdom music quiz. This is confirmed. This is officially confirmed now, except if Void rejects it for some reason. For no reason. But trust me, I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
Very much uh-oh. Hey, King Toad, you better be warned or something. Be warned. This will be a terrible music quiz. Worse than the last one.
And I'm all for it.
I got Yoshi's Story music in my head.
Yeah. No, I did too. Yeah.
You know, I'm really hoping. I'm hoping that they bring out like DK64 on the expansion.
Oh yeah,
pack.
that would be cool. I have DK64
really cool.
on my Wii U.
And this one might be a less popular request, but I'm also hoping they bring Banjo-Tooie.
That sounds cool.
Well, because I've played Banjo-Kazooie to death. Like I like it's the better game, but like I would love to be able to just chill with my Switch, laying in bed playing Banjo-Tooie.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't really think of anything else to talk about. We've kind of exhausted every topic. I mean, we could. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of news, but like, when there's 4 people, it's a lot easier to keep up talking for like another half an hour.
Instead of like 3, yeah.
Yeah. So I think we've been going for about an hour. It's been an hour and 10 minutes, but the lead up was about 10 minutes. It was a little longer.
Approximately.
So I think
the intro.
So it's a little less than an hour, but I don't care. We all kind of agree that there's nothing else to talk about, so I think we should.
Not too much.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who's online to raid? Hackcast is online. No. Phantom's live.
Wow, we can host ourselves.
Phantom's live, but Phantom's doing stream edition, so. But then again, there's Pluto and Katse. Actually, Katse isn't streaming sensitive, so.
Well, Sigo's doing vanilla, but I like Sigo.
Yeah, let's do Katse. Katse is the
He's
only
about to
person.
go offline in like 3 minutes, by the way.
Oh, Katse will go offline in 3 minutes. That is very much true. And you know what? Katse's probably also gonna raid us.
Yeah.
If I were to guess. There's
Who will
some
be
guy
the OP
streaming
move?
Dream Edition in French.
Oh yeah, I know that guy. It's Dr. Doom
Yeah.
FR.
Maybe you should.
Well, like he can talk English, like you can rate him if you want.
Yeah, if you want to rate him.
Well, I can't, but
No, if you want me to rate him, I will.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah, rate Doctor Doom FR. Of course, you know every French person in existence.
Yeah.
That's just that's how it works. So